What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be talking about a topic that's really been on my mind recently. And it's about being always on the front foot, doing everything with 100% conviction and confidence. Okay, so what I mean by that is most people will roam around life being on the back foot and being on defense. If you follow my Twitter, you'll know that I made a post about this. I made a post saying, and it headlined offense over defense. And why is that? It's because, and what do I mean by offense? It's pretty simple. More reps, more action, doing things faster. So you can apply it to many different things in life. You can apply it to appointment setting, do more outreach, reply to your messages faster, do more follow-ups, etc. With sales, learn your sales faster, read more material, close more deals, take more calls, etc. With fitness, do more reps, do heavier weight. You see where this is going, right? So offense is always going to beat defense no matter what. Now, don't take it word for word, obviously. You know what I mean. But what I used to do, and this was even that long ago, it was just a mindset shift that I had to make recently. And it's changed everything from the results that I get in my life to the way my mindset, basically. And when you're on the offense, you're always on the front foot. You're not on the back foot, you're not on defense. When you're on the back foot, you're playing defense. You're waiting for things to happen to you. Oh, I have to put this fire out. Oh, I'm gonna wait for this person to message me. Oh, I'm gonna wait for this to happen before I solve X, Y, Z. When you're on offense, it doesn't matter. You put that to the side, you just go after what you need to get after. So for example, if it's for you, you're trying to get your first setting gig, you play on offense. You do more volume that you can comprehend. Starting next week, you do as much volume as you can, and you let the numbers do the talking, okay? As opposed to being on defense where you're going through material and that's all you do. You go through material, you watch a couple of videos, even mine, and you don't take action, and then you're just waiting for the perfect opportunity. You're twiddling your thumbs almost, just waiting for the perfect opportunity to land. Or another thing you can do, if you are hunting for positions, you're just picking the perfect positions. You're being too picky almost, or you're being too selective. So you're sacrificing the quality, you're sacrificing the quantity because you think you know what's the best quality offer, right? Now, if you're starting out, this is what you shouldn't be doing. If you have more experience, fair enough, you can be a bit more selective because you have that experience, and then obviously you want to get into a good position. But if you're starting out from plain zero, I'm going to speak to every type of level here for this video, but if you're just starting out, no experience, no nothing, obviously that's the hardest. So therefore you need to get scrappy. You need to take something, it's better to take something than nothing. So even if that means a very mediocre outbound offer where you have to send 50 DMs per day outbound and then get crappy leads. Look, everyone's been through that. I've been through that, right? Everyone has to go through that phase, that crappy phase. I'm not gonna swear here. You have to go through that crappy phase first before more opportunities come to your door. You've built some leverage now, and you can pick and choose now almost. That's only gonna happen if you keep at it. So make sure you're on the offense and you're always on the front foot, right? Complete confidence, complete conviction. Because right and wrong is actually subjective, right? What you think is right might be wrong to another person. Their definition might be different from what your definition is. Apart from don't kill, don't steal, the universal laws, a lot of stuff that you do in real life, thoughts, actions, everything is quite subjective. It's like up to you. So when someone tells you on an Instagram reel about appointment setting and high ticket sales, if someone tells you, do this is the best outreach method, or this is the best platform, take it with a grain of salt, actually try it and go do it yourself first and then come back with a verdict, because they've had a different experience from you, from the next person, from the next guru. So they can only say from that experience that is the best platform, right? You have to try different things, because let's say you try that platform, let's say you try LinkedIn, they say LinkedIn is the best platform to land a gig. Go try it out, you give 100% for a couple weeks and nothing happens, right? Assuming you gave 100% at it and nothing happens, right? Okay. And then you go and try LinkedIn, you go and try Instagram. You do that and you actually get more results. You actually land 5 interviews compared to 3. And then you actually land your first position as opposed to none when you're on LinkedIn, right? So your definition of what the best platform is through Instagram, right? But that's your experience. That's why it's subjective. So you need to test and see what works for you. And that cannot happen if you're always on the back foot, if you're always second guessing, if you're always overthinking, if you're waiting for things to happen to you and not putting in the volume, not willing to work hard and get scrappy, okay? So that's just something that's been on my mind recently. And then another thing is, confidence and conviction. So for example, if you're on a sales call, one of the things that's most important is more important than the script, more important than, I'd say tonality. I'd say tonality is more important than tonality. One of the most, if not the most important thing, is your conviction, is your confidence. How much do you believe that the offer will help the other person? Do you genuinely think it's a good offer? Do you think it's going to help the other person? Right? Do you know the ins and outs of the offer? How is it going to help them exactly? Okay. When you tick all those boxes and you're completely confident in your soul, in your mind, that this is the offer I need to be helping people with, right? Then the rest falls into place. Your tonality falls into place because all of it stems from a state of mind. Your tonality is good because you're confident, because you know you can help this person and you empathize with their situation. Your word select, your pitch is good because you're completely confident in knowing how you can help them in the first place. You know where they're coming from and you know where you're trying to get to. So therefore you know how this offer slots into place. Okay, so it all starts with the confidence and the conviction. If you're not feeling confident, if you have an issue with that, then a couple ways you can fix that. You can come up with reasons why you should be confident, right? Because then you need to rationalize in your mind, okay, it's all about, like I get this from one of my friend's mentors all the time. It's all about winning mini arguments in your head. So if you're like, okay, I'm on this offer, and this goes for anything too, not just in sales and appointment setting. If I'm not confident in XYZ thing, why is that? Okay, I list out all the reasons. Oh, it's because of this and this and this. And most of the time you'll actually find it's all made up or you got it from another person. So you need to be really aware of that. And then the bit about winning mini arguments is, okay, let's say I'm on this offer, I'm not confident with the pitch. Okay, you just say I'm not confident with the pitch. That's a limiting belief you have. So you need to win that mini argument, okay? Well, you're not confident with the pitch because you haven't spent enough time mock calling. You haven't spent enough time reciting it. You haven't looked at the ins and outs of the offer. Did you even listen in your last sales calls? Because then if you don't listen, if you don't know what they want, then of course your pitch is gonna suck. That's why I don't close. So yeah, you just win those mini arguments and then give it some time, give it some repetition, and slowly but surely things are gonna click into place. Approaching your next sales call or approaching your next work day of appointment setting. Anything with life, again, this applies to everything in life, not just these two things. So that's why I wanted to cover the topic, because it just really hit home for me recently. It's gonna apply to everything in life, but with sales itself, when you find you're on your next sales call or you're doing your next work block for appointment setting, you're gonna book more meetings, you're gonna close more deals, okay? Because you're confident, you have 100% conviction. And then if still that feeling, you know it's good to be confident, and like, okay, it's good to have conviction, Matt told me this, but I still feel some sort of uneasiness. Okay, well that just needs to be fixed by reps. It's all it is, it's reps. You need to out-rep it. You need to force yourself almost. So we need to resort to force here now. If it's still lingering in your, inside of you that you're not 100% sure, okay, you just need to out-rep it then. So when you hop on your next sales call, maybe you don't feel as confident, you hold that captive, okay? It's creeping up again. I'm not feeling very confident. I'm not too sure what's gonna happen if I'm gonna close this guy, or I'm not too sure if I need to pitch this guy. Hold that for a second and then just ignore it, okay? But we're not gonna deal with this today, okay? We're not gonna deal with this. We're gonna be as confident as we can. We're gonna be extremely, we're gonna have a ton of conviction, all the conviction I can possibly have on this sales call. And whether they close or not, that's completely fine. It's their loss, okay? So you just need to make that mental shift in your brain. You almost need to force yourself. If nothing else works, if all else fails, just out-rep it. And then what's gonna happen is, it's gonna feel fake, it's gonna feel weird, but then if you just keep at it, over time, it's almost gonna be natural. It's really weird. So you can go from the most insecure, uncertain person about what you're doing, offer, marketing, offer, your appointment setting, your sales. You can go from that to being the most confident, the highest closer, the highest appointment setter, highest performing appointment setter and closer. Just because you out-rep yourself, you force yourself to start thinking in a confident frame. Confident, conviction, you believe in the product, I believe in everything that you do. Right and wrong is merely subjective, okay? What my definition of right and wrong is different to someone else's. So how can there be how can I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but their right and wrong is different from mine, so I can operate in my own rules. Therefore, I have complete confidence in what I do. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so back to the original point. You see how all of this is just, attacking, out-repping, volume, more work, more action, doing everything faster, right? Instead of trying to wait for something to happen to you, instead of trying to wait for some mindset shift or some magic pill or some, I don't know, just waiting for something to happen, sitting on the sidelines, as opposed to putting force into it too. Don't be afraid to use force in the beginning until something becomes natural to you. Because if you know something's good for you, if you know something's gonna serve you, why wouldn't you do it? Okay, so hope that makes sense. Offense over defense, be on the front foot at all times, back foot. Worst case scenario, look, it's always better to be overconfident than to, what's the opposite of that? Not confident enough. Because at least you get feedback from what you're doing. At least you get feedback. So again, if you go into your next couple sales calls, 10 calls, 20 calls, or you go into appointment setting, you go into your next interviews, anything, right? I'd rather you be overconfident almost as opposed to being insecure and doubting yourself, okay? Because it's not gonna, there's no upside to being insecure and feeling pathetic. There's no upside to it. Whereas there's only upside when you're acting overconfident almost. Where you're not overconfident, but just being confident, okay? Being confident, doing things with 100% conviction, even if you don't feel like that way, basically, in the beginning. Because then you're gonna out-rep it, it's gonna start to feel natural, you're gonna lean into it more, it's gonna be what you know most, okay? So try that next time, keep those tips in mind, whenever you do something in appointment setting, in sales, when you run your business, in the gym, anything. Just be on the front foot, don't wait for things to happen to you. Offense over defense. Offense is the best defense. And then, you can report back to me with the findings. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Bit of a different one, more mindset. But hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel. You can follow me on IG down in the description. And then, look forward to the next video, and I'll see you soon.